Here's the snapback. Here's the kick. He's got the leg into it. If it is good, and it is! Austin scores! A 49-yard field goal, and Indiana leads 27-24.
Oh, it's an end around one to throw. Page looking at the quarterback, and it's a touchdown! Page times Leno! Penix rolling out of the pocket to a strong hand. Delivers deep down the field. Caught, touchdown! Fry Fogel again.
Welcome to the OEO podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bragg. You can find me on Twitter. It's at Braggley, Braggley. We're here to have a full boat. Is that a saying, full boat? I don't know. I'm here with my co-host, Brandon. You can find him on Twitter. It's at Brandon Dubich. Brandon, spelled traditionally Dubich, D-U-B-I-C-H. What's up, Brando?
I made the most money I have all year gambling on college football this weekend. So while this game sucked, I'm very happy with college football right now.
I think you were down quite a bit when you left the house. You must have had a
did.
good cheater.
Yeah, I had TCU, I had Washington, and I had Florida State big. I made a very foolish Florida State bet that paid off very well.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of foolish, joining us is our producer, Seth. Block him on Twitter. It's at SETAH5, SETAH5. If you haven't done that already, what is up, Seth?
Well, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. DraftKings is putting a new wing of their headquarters with my name on it for all the donations I've been casually making to their
Hancock Hall. Yeah.
Something like that.
All right. Well, we won't waste a lot of your time today. Actually, you know what's funny? Well, we'll talk about it here in a minute. We're here to talk about IU losing to Ohio State, which I think no matter what our record, no matter what our
28th time. 28th or 29th? It was 28th.
It's been a lot. Since 1988, we've lost every game we've played against them. So we knew it was happening. We knew it from the very beginning of the season. We knew this is probably what was going to happen. So IU was 14-56. Brandon's got a huge problem with the 14 points or score so that they scored in the fourth quarter. I'll let him talk about that if he wants to. A little bit later, typical post-game breakdown. We'll do, any news maybe that happened between yesterday and today being Sunday night. And then we'll talk what went right, what went wrong, stocks up, stocks down. Again, on the stocks, we don't hate these players. It's just where they are in the fan base. The rise of the fan base. I have to say that, Brandon. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Cool. Let's get started. Anything really breaking? I can't imagine other than I'm assuming IU's got a new starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
And an off season.
And maybe next year.
Next year.
Dexter Williams made his official, basically the full game. I mean, it was two drives by Baz, and they were like, nope, out. So that was refreshing. And again, I think you will probably see him in here somewhere. Do we want to do what went right, what went wrong? Do you want to do that section?
I have a few.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you handle it, Brandon. Go ahead. What went right for you?
Yeah, the people that listen know that I've been very critical of Walt Bell. Thought his play calling has been vanilla. I thought it doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. But I liked it. There were actually slants that were ran. There were some creative trick plays. There was some nice quarterback plays drawn up for Dexter. We still went 3 for 17 on third down. So, I mean, he doesn't get an A on his report card. But he did improve. So I thought that went right. I thought the play calling went right at least. You already mentioned all
season. Oh yeah. What were you going to say it, or were you just going to talk about Dexy right here?
Yeah, I was going to talk.
Well, what I was going to say was, you finally seen what it's like to have his quarterback, not even his quarterback, but his style of quarterback in his offense. It's a lot of read options where there's an actual read option, and it's a lot of we saw down the field. I'm sure you're going to talk about it. But we saw down the field passing for the first time, since one play in the third quarter of Illinois. So, I'll let you keep going.
Yeah, I thought Dex showed some things. I'm going to cover this on what went wrong. But he's not working with a great wide receiver room, to be honest. He's missing his top 2 wide receivers and relying on some underclassmen. So I think he showed me things, all things considered. His debut more or less is against Ohio State, who is undoubtedly going to play in the college football playoff. I think on the road in bad weather with not great options. I mean, when you talk about it like that, I think Dexter Williams did almost everything right he could. Now, if you just look at the box score, yeah, you're not going to say that. But if you actually watch the game, I don't know how you couldn't say Dex is on the list of things that went right. And even though I think there's still a lot to ask from him, that AJ Barner catch was sick. Like, I think that might be the offensive catch of the year. Cam's had some sick ones, but he straight up mossed a Ohio State player.
Baby cornerback that was trying to guard him.
And then he went full just rub it in Ohio State fans' face, which I would do if I scored against them as well. So everything about that Barner play was sick.
Yeah, that's what I was going to shout, at least for any of my what went right would have been that. Anything else on that, or do you want to switch to what went wrong, or do we need to do that side? Okay, go ahead.
Team tackling. I mean, I actually praised it against Illinois because I was like, well, we don't have any studs at tackling, but we really rally behind the ball. That seemed to get worse and worse the entire year. Tackling is a major issue, and that's just execution and reps. That's practicing, that's accountability, and that's just not happening. The tackling is downright atrocious. Now, I know it's Ohio State. I know they have some athletic freaks and beasts. And if it was just this week, then I'd be like, okay. But this trend has become all too familiar. I've already brought up third down. You can't go 3 of 17. You're not going to beat anyone going 3 of 17. You're especially not going to give yourself a chance against Ohio State going 3 for 17. And again, the team athleticism. I mean, outside of Jalen Lucas and maybe Dexter Williams, there's not a whole lot of athletes on this team. The athlete, I mean, especially when you're playing a team against Ohio State on both sides of the ball, IU just needs to get more athletes. I don't know. Easier said than done, clearly. But the team athleticism needs drastic improvement.
Yeah, there's not a lot of speed on the outside. I mean, even when you had Camper, who's definitely not a speed guy, but I think you saw a little bit with Kobe. I think Dexter missed him on one, just barely missed him on one down the sideline too, that could have had another big one, but he did have one catch for 49 where he outran a few people. But that's stretching, man. We've talked about that all year. I mean, we haven't seen, maybe Jacques Smith has some sort of quickness and athleticism to him. We haven't seen really any of him. He's been injured all season. Maybe some of the true freshmen possibly that haven't seen the field yet. Maybe they'll offer that, but I think that's something that's gonna have to be seeked through the transfer portal if possible. If not, then you're gonna have to find some more diamonds like Jalen. So anything else you want to talk about there? No. Seth, you want to talk what went right, what went wrong? No, I didn't think so. Cool.
I had one. Are we talking offense only still, or
no? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Tywan Mullen. I thought I had said in the preview podcast that this was going to be the most lucrative tape he could possibly put out there. I thought he had 2 TFLs, but I guess they must have been both at the line of scrimmage. He set the edge against the run a couple times very well. He had 3 passes defended, and there are probably 3 or 4 other. Yeah. So say at least one of them should have been a pick, and there should have been at least probably 2 or 3 other ones that he damn near got his hands on. So he may have not gotten the PD, but he certainly had the defensive coverage. So when looking for wins, he was a bright spot for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It was good to see that. That was the first time. I guess really against Penn State, he didn't play terrible either. We praised him in that game as well. So maybe turning it on late. I don't know.
some seniors have picked up their play. I think
Yeah.
Jalen Williams has picked up their play. I think Tywan Mullen. I think Alfred Bryant. And then there's
Bryant's been huge, yeah.
And then there's been other seniors that have went the other way, which I'm sure I will talk about later.
He's going to beat that dead horse probably, even though the stat line looks pretty good for that one, if that's the one you're talking about. But let's get into stocks up real quick on offense. Brandon, I'll let you go. That's a pretty obvious one.
Dexter Williams. I mean, again, this could be the Dexter Williams pod, man. He throws a good deep ball. His short passes have a lot to be desired, but one's easier to work on the other. Yeah. You can work on your short throws by repetition. You can't really teach. That. You can't really teach arm strength, and you can't really teach deep touch.
Yeah.
And Dexter seems to have that. If you're picking one or the other, you're happy with the deep ball versus the short and intermediate game.
Yeah, we talked about Dex with he missed a short, like a screen. I don't know, it may have been blown up anyway, but and a couple other short passes. That's repetition. You said it. I mean, it's reps in practice. It's reps in game. This is really his second time of seeing any game action. And we talked about it on Saturday. I bet maybe going into this week, maybe he saw some first team snaps, maybe.
No chance.
But if anything, he's seeing second team snaps, scout team snaps, nothing with the first team. So he's not getting a lot of the real reps. He will the rest of the season. And then going into spring ball.
I mean, we freaking hope.
Yeah.
Tom Allen gave no sign that Dexter Williams is starter the rest of the year.
He'll be. I can't imagine that they go back to Bass. You don't pull him that early in the game and then let Dexter finish it off. So we'll see. We'll see what he says tomorrow. It's him. It's CTA. He's probably not going to say anything.
Nope.
But we'll see. Stock up for me was Dexter Williams. I'm not sure there's really anybody else on offense. I mean, you could shout
Carter.
Yeah, you could shout Barner a little bit.
Smith, decent.
Yeah, you could shout Barner a little bit. You could shout MHB, Malachi Holt Bennett making an appearance. He had a couple targets that Dexter missed where he was open. I don't know. I guess if I had to pick, I'll go AJ Barner just for the catch. I mean, 4 catches and 8 yards total is nothing.
Play Josh Sales. Play Carter Smith.
Sales was hurt.
Sales is hurt. Well, when he gets back, no more Parker Hanna. Okay, Haggard's fine, but no more Parker Hanna. Let Carter Smith and Josh Sales get as many reps as possible.
Seth, you were watching the O-line. Carter Smith.
He held up pretty well. They had a ferocious pass rush, but there were several times that when it was either Baz or Williams were on their back, it wasn't really his fault. There were a couple times where he would take the outside guy who would then try to loop inside. He would hand off, and that right guard wouldn't pick up. So sometimes it looks like it's Carter Smith's fault, but I wasn't seeing it. I thought he did really well. They even had some power runs right side, which kind of surprised me. I thought they'd probably lean left when they were running, but some of their biggest pops went to the right side. So I was quietly impressed. I thought he was probably the most consistent right tackle.
Right tackle.
I think he was probably the most consistent right tackle we've seen over the course of a game all season.
Yeah. What was that? You were kind of saying something and missed it. It's okay. That's all right. I was going to go somewhere with something and I spaced it. Oh yeah. Their sacks came from linebackers mainly, right? Mm-hmm. You got Chambers.
They blitz a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Chambers, Ransom, Sawyer, Ty Hamilton. I don't see any of their big defensive ends. JT had nothing. He had no TFLs, no sacks. And then who's the other guy?
Harrison. Just one solo tackle.
Right, that's it. So they did a pretty good job on the edge. A lot of it came right up the middle. We saw that multiple times from Eichenberg and Ransom and Steel Chambers and stuff like that. So, but that was a good shout to the O-line, I guess. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I mean, anything is an improvement on what it's been. So, stock down. Let's limit. Oh, a defense. Sorry. Stock up on defense. Does anybody have anything here other than Tywan Mullen?
Deshaun continues to just
Deshaun is
improve.
nice,
The play that you and I were just drooling on is when he got double teamed by a tight end and a left tackle. He got pushed to the ground, popped up, and still caught Stroud at the knee to trip him up and force an
He was in
incomplete
3
pass.
technique too, wasn't he? He was down.
There was and then there was the play he was on 3 technique on the other side and got the 4th down stop.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking
on the
about.
fullback quick hitter. That was the one that made me my eyes pop.
Holy cow. That guy is just incredible.
Yeah. What was his stat line? Let me see. It's right here. Not eye popping or anything. 4 solo tackles, 1 TFL, but again, he was around it the majority of the time.
He disrupted the game when he was in.
He did have one bad pass coverage mix up. I do remember. I can't recall.
Yeah, he jumped on the inside. He had a touchdown scored on him.
That's right.
He needed to stay in that kind of like cover 2 zone, and he moved over into the slot and abandoned his area, and it was a walk-in touchdown.
That's right. Yep. But again, true freshman.
Yeah.
And he's been.
And how often is he put in coverage like that? Like, I'm not exactly sure why they have him playing corner. Like, that was weird.
It was weird. It was weird to see him out there. Usually that's somewhere where Noah was out there. But we saw a couple different things. We saw Matt Holt. He did a pretty good job. I mean, the guy just made a perfect throw and a perfect catch. But they stuck him on what was his name? Cade Stoner or whatever.
Stover.
Stuck him on him, and I thought he did a pretty good job the one time that they put him on him. But okay, stock down offense.
Brandon. Hold on. Are we on the same page that Holt needs to be given a scholarship as soon as the semester is over?
I hope so.
I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. Stock down offense.
Baz.
Yeah.
No more. I don't want to say anything else about him. I'm going to get mad. I'm happy on a Sunday. The Steelers won. My fantasy football team did good. I'm not getting bad. Stock down is Baz.
Yeah, for sure. And then stock down offense from me. I don't think that there really is anybody else to pick. I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, we've seen
Parker Hanna, the offensive line.
Yeah, if you want to individually pick offensive line people. I don't really know. I mean, Henderson didn't have a terrible game. I mean, 3.6 yards a carry on 7 carries. You got Shivers with his typical 2.5. Lucas didn't have a great game running the football. But it was
Lucas. It was the first time his athleticism got matched.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that. Like, this may be a little bit of hyping him up over, but I think he has been probably the most athletic on either side of the ball almost the entire year. That was neutralized in this game.
Yeah, they did. I'll give a stock down on special teams. And Seth claims he ran into somebody. I think there was a kick return he probably could have taken to the house where IU had 2-on-1 blockers against one player on Ohio State. And it's almost like the two blockers almost just assumed he was down already or something because they just didn't do anything. And he popped right up and was in their face. Like, dude, what are you guys doing? I think that was at 14-0. So that could have been a huge game changer at that point. But, would that have done a whole lot? I don't know. But, you never know. So stock down defense, Brandon. Unless Seth had something on offense. You have something on offense? No. Okay. Defense, go ahead.
The safeties. Monster Matthews. His play is embarrassing, and I think it's just effort and commitment. Like, he's making bonehead true freshman mistakes, like stuff that a 5th-year senior just does not do. And Bryant Fitzgerald has turned back into a pumpkin. His play wasn't as bad as Monster Matthews, but the dude can't tackle anymore. And if you're not going to be able to tackle, you should at least make plays in the pass game. And he is repeatedly behind a receiver. So the safety play is just abysmal. And it's by 2 guys you really wish you would have been able to rely on. I mean, I'm hoping for the days we had Mark Murphy and Greg Heben, because that was better than what Monster Matthews and Brian Fitzgerald are doing.
Yeah. I'm going to go stock down with our defensive ends. I noted them as that being a pretty important position in this game to get pressure on Stroud. We had 0 sacks on the game. The number 1 defensive end tackler, true freshman from Valparaiso, Indiana, Cooper Jones, with 2 tackles. And and which made me look through the list of people on the box score. We've got Caden Turner played, Brandon. 3 tackles for Caden Turner. Cooper Jones got some time. Isaiah Jones got some time. So the true freshmen are getting out there in garbage time while other teams are doing something that had Brandon spewing an arrangement of swear words that were inappropriate to say on the podcast.
And also inappropriate around impressionable little ones. I mean, we had a kid that was 15 months, 3 years, and 4 years, rounding up. All things you should not say around children. So I won't be surprised if I'm not invited back to your house.
No, it's nothing they haven't heard before, I'm sure. Probably heard it today, but they were happy yells, so it's fine. Cool. That's what I've got. Seth, stock down defense, and then we'll move on and start to wrap it up.
Yeah, I don't want to piggyback off the safety speech too much, but the tight ends and coverage have been just dreadful, and then the goal line pass defense is just atrocious.
Yeah, man.
When Monster thought
14-0.
it was coverage and he just ran to his area and left the gap wide open.
That was for a run, I think. And
yeah, that I yelled a very loud 4-letter cuss word when that happened. Jeez.
So, yeah. So there we go. What was I going to say? Oh, I wanted to say one more thing about what Seth was talking about there. We kind of praised Jalen Williams, but Jalen Williams and Monster Matthews, I think it was a 4th and goal from the 3, or third and goal from the 3, one of the two. The one that made it a 14-0. They 2 great plays. One great play on Harrison Jr., and then another good play. I think they were both back to back on Mullen, in the end zone, kept him out, and then they allowed just a 3-yard turnaround hitch in the end zone, and they're both standing around him within 3 yards probably, and just looking at each other like, what are we doing? You can't have that from 2 people that have been on the team since 2017. Like, that's ridiculous. But okay, cool. Let's get into the sponsor, and then we'll do predictions, and then we'll do randos and all that fun stuff, and we'll wrap it up. The sponsor is Monon Track Club. I'm wearing a Monon Track Club shirt. They can attest to it. I promise. I'm not lying. MTC is Indiana's running brand, built on a deep love for the sport and the Hoosier State. They craft products, tell stories, and create experiences that aim to create or support. I'm not even going to take that out. Support, add to Indiana's running culture. Check out the link. I don't even need to talk about it. Just check out the link. It'll be in the show notes. Shop all the gear, like the shirt I got on. Look at their club runs, all that cool stuff. As a thank you to our listeners, they're offering 10% off your order. Use promo code LEO10 at checkout. Now back to the show. I won the predictions, guys, for the first time maybe in the history of the podcast. Seth had IU 7, Ohio State 52. Would have been close. Would have been close had it not been for me. Brandon with IU 10, Ohio State 48. And then for me, IU 17, Ohio State 56. Nailed the 56. Just missed the 17. Would have liked to see Chucky go out and hit one of those like 50-yarders or something. Instead, we went for it and missed it or something. I can't remember which one it was, but there it is. Brando's Randos. Let's go.
All right. So what Michael keeps alluding to is Ohio State keeping their first team defensive players in, not just to start the 4th quarter, not just halfway. They didn't pull their starters until sub 5 minutes left. Eichenberg was still chasing Dexter Williams well into the 4th quarter. Like, they didn't just see what happened to their running back situation. They're on RB3, who's still a stud. So, like, they put themselves in running back situation, yet they didn't learn at all. I supported Ryan Day on this podcast. I talk about him highly. That was insulting. It was disrespectful. And I hope the Karma Police were listening. Were you guys as mad as I was, or at least noticed it? Like, am I way off in this?
The 2 throws from McCord with under 5 minutes to go were absolutely like habitual line stepper maneuver. You cannot, that's so disrespectful.
And they did
it's
the
still their
fake
job
punt
to
with
stop them.
Rutgers.
But
They did the fake punt with Rutgers too. Like this is starting to get really, really annoying. It's something that I'm gonna watch the rest of this year and go on, and I'm gonna call it out every time. Play with some class. Act like you've been there because you have been there, Ohio State. Your first team offense, first team defense do not need these reps, especially against Indiana. Either you're gonna hurt or you're gonna hurt somebody, and it's BS.
I was also worried about the Cameron Babb avalanche that we were going to start seeing, like, the athletic trainer get put in at running back and go in at goal line, like 3rd and 1. Like, how many other, like, I don't want to say sob stories. That's not what I'm trying to say, but like, how many other legacy touchdowns were they going to try to get out of that game?
We had to look that up because we had switched the game at that point, because guess what? The game was over, even though they were still throwing out first teamers and everything. To go back to that one, I wasn't as mad. I think we chatted about this on Saturday. I had seen it the day before. USC did it to Colorado. USC was up. I had the line. I had them on the line 34 and a half. And they were up 28 or 30. And with a minute to go on the ball, or with the ball, Colorado's 13-yard line, went down and scored the football. Threw the ball. Didn't run it. Threw it and scored. And I was like, okay, well, if that's what USC is going to do, Ohio State's going to do the same thing. So Ohio State just continued to do it. And as far as you worrying about them hurting their players, F them. That's what I have to say. Get hurt. I don't care. That's up to you. That's why Ryan Day is a bad coach. He just gets paid a lot of money to be there. And as your wife said, it's Ohio State. It recruits itself. You're out of defenses at that point. But there you go. Move on. What's next?
All right. Bye, Baz. My question is, what level of play is Baz? Is he even AAC? I mean, I could see him pulling a Rocky Lombardi and going to the MAC, but I think that may even be an insult to MAC football.
He's better than MAC.
His QBR is out of the top 100. There's 100 other quarterbacks that have a better QBR than he does.
I'm going to say it before he does. Seth told us it was coming. He told us he got beat out. What did he get beat out by? True freshman?
Brady Cook,
who
hasn't done much.
So he saw it coming. We should have seen it coming. We didn't. We were blinded by the light that is Missouri football.
I've been ripping Casey Thompson of Nebraska. I've been ripping Bo Nix. I would love to have either one of them. I mean, Bo Nix is a top 5 quarterback in the entire country right now, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I was just looking up to see what the Miami, Ohio, and the Ohio quarterback situations were. Both of them are juniors, and Miami's quarterback is Gabbert's younger brother. So
Missouri ties.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd rather have John Reese Plumlee. I mean, I watched quite a bit of that UCF Tulane game. John Reese Plumlee is better than Baz.
I don't know where to put him. I think I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. He's a good backup. Decent backup in the Big Ten. There you go. Next.
Last question I have here. How freaking good is Marvin Harrison Jr.? Like top 10, maybe top 5 pick? Not this year because he's not eligible, so he has to wait till the 2023 draft or 2024 draft. But his catch was probably the best college catch I've seen all year. I don't know how he kept his inside. I don't think I've ever seen someone move their inside foot like that to keep it all the way in. Wow. Just wow.
And Sanguinetti held his left leg up just long enough so that he could switch his landing leg. That was he switched the leg he intended to land on mid landing.
Yeah, because Sanguinetti's trying to grab his leg and throw him out of bounds. Yep. Insane.
Incredible.
Joel Klatt, who I had a lot of bad words about during the broadcast, did say he was the best non-quarterback player that he's seen in college football and covering games. So I don't know if I'd go that far. He's very good.
all of the hatred I got for saying that he might be better than his dad in our group text, and then the proverbial hype machine that is Gus Johnson, who is just tooting his way through a 3.5 hour Ohio State infomercial, including a 45-second clip of him giving a speech at Ohio State,
damn near crying about what was his name, Jesse
Owens.
Jesse Owens,
a super American hero, absolutely. Yes. Don't get me wrong, that's a great story. Gus Johnson had nothing to do with it, by the way,
at all.
He was not alive in
State,
1932, right? Or exactly. I don't know if he's ever even been to Germany. We'll see. So for him to be like, he's on pace to be better than his daddy and all that stuff, I felt a little vindicated. So I'll just say that.
First, let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes on him being better than his dad. His dad is a Hall of Famer and is one of the best wide receivers in the history of the game. Can we just
apparently has famous choppy steps that everybody knows about. Marvin Harrison and his choppy steps.
If you're a Colts fan, you know about it. Has Gus Johnson been to Germany?
Oh, that's the portion of the podcast we're at right now. Googling travel.
There's nothing that says that he has been to Germany.
Internet proven. Never been to Germany.
Yes. Okay. There you go. All right, Brandon.
That's all I got, man.
Okay. Seth.
You put me to sleep with that one. God, that's too much Gus Johnson. I can't take Gus Johnson at 9:30 on a Sunday night.
That was tough. Sorry. South Alabama.
USA.
Won again Saturday over Texas State. They're now 8-2 and will be favored in their last 2 games. Will probably get the short shaft for losing to Troy early in the season. Won't play in the what conference?
That was a barn
Nobody
burner,
cares.
Man. They're in
Conference USA.
Yeah. 10-6 they lost to Troy.
Yeah. Telling you, put the feelers out, guys. Start watching USA football. That's all I got for you.
Okay, good. We can be done. We don't need to do final statements, right? We're good on that. Okay, cool. Be sure to check out the pod. It's on Twitter. It's at Podcast LEO. We will be back in a few days to preview the game against Michigan State, who Seth is incredibly confident that we will beat. So we'll see how he is on Wednesday.
Hey, I think they have a chance. The biggest problem you have is Dexter Williams now has 3.5 quarters of tape on him.
Yeah,
that's what if he came in brand new, it'd be hard to yeah. We'll see.
Let's get Thorny, baby.
Yeah, we do have Peyton Thorne, and I can't wait for that over under on how many times the other Thorne comes out of Brandon's mouth during that podcast. But either way. At Podcast LEO is where you can find us on Twitter. Be sure to download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. Again, still working on the other one, Stitcher, Snitcher, whatever it was called. I can't remember. We're still working on it. Until then, we love you guys, LEO.
LEO.
USA. Sorry, LEO.
He said it kind of at the end.
LEO. Awesome day. LEO. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that. LEO. All right, great. LEO. Appreciate you guys. LEO. You're welcome, Dave. Have a great day. LEO. Have a great day. LEO. Appreciate you being here with us. Have an awesome day. And LEO. Oh, thank you so much. LEO. Well, thanks so much. LEO. Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate that. LEO. Appreciate you guys, man. Have an awesome day. LEO. Awesome. LEO. LEO.